In this video, we're going to learn how to access LeadStreet from Main Street. Remember, Main Street is simply your gateway, your portal into other platforms such as LeadStreet and Design Center. Now, to log in, all we have to do is enter the very first part of our remax.net email address and, of course, our password. This is going to access our Main Street intranet system. Now, in order to get into LeadStreet, we want to select My Leads. Once we choose that option, it's going to take us directly into LeadStreet. This is our LeadStreet dashboard. What we're going to focus on today is building our profile. The profile is going to allow you to add numbers, email addresses, your MLS agent ID. You're also going to be able to set up an email signature so you can email directly from LeadStreet, be able to set up a photo. Many things that you want to do when you first set up your LeadStreet account. Your name takes you directly into your personal profile for LeadStreet. So if I select my name, it's going to take me directly into my profile. Now, a lot of this information may already be set up. So this is your chance to go through all this information to verify everything's been entered correctly. And if any changes need to be made, you can make changes to your profile at any time. And the changes are immediate. So what we want to pay attention to is account information. And I am set up to a default title as Sales Associate. But what I want to do is add a custom title and call myself a Real Estate Agent. Now with that information in there, that's what it's now going to show in my LeadStreet account instead of Sales Associate. Now my license number, now in the state of California, I believe this is required. Just put that number in here so that way it reflects. This way it will reflect on your agent website in LeadStreet. That way you're not in violation. Now, primary email. Everybody should have their remax.net email address as primary email because remember, that is a forwarding email address. It's going to forward to whichever email you designated whenever you set up your Main Street account. So if my business account is my Gmail account, and I put my Gmail account in here at my secondary, that means that I have created a redundancy. Because if remax.net is forwarding automatically to my Gmail account, that means I don't necessarily need to put in my Gmail as my secondary email because those emails are going to the same place. So it's counterproductive. The main purpose for email 2 is so that many agents that still have an AOL account can have a secondary email to capture any emails that may have been missed, as LeadStreet and AOL do not function well together. They are conflicting platforms. So if you do have an AOL account, I strongly suggest you put in a secondary Gmail or Yahoo, Hotmail, whatever other email you want to utilize. But it is important to have two separate emails in these fields. That way if one email system happens to go down, you know that you do have a backup so you can receive a copy of that original email. Now these would be system emails. System emails meaning any kind of upgrades to the system that Reliance has emailed to you, and also the most important system email, a lead. So you don't want to miss out on a lead simply because you had an improper email address in here that wasn't capturing those system emails. It's very important to make sure that you have all of your numbers in here, but have them in here correctly and in a specific way. So my first should be my cell phone. Okay, your cell phone should always be the #1 method of contact, considering you're not always in your office. You're out meeting with people, showing houses, meeting clients. Now, secondly, I strongly suggest putting your second number as your cell phone once again, but change the header to text. I know this seems a little bit redundant, but with 100 million millennials out there today, many of which are looking for homes right now, you want to advertise the fact that you do receive and send text messages. So this purpose of putting text in here lets anyone know who prefers to communicate through text rather than calling may feel a little bit more comfortable knowing that you are stating that you do accept and send text messages. And then of course at this point you can put in your office number, perhaps a fax number, but your cell phone is the most important way of communicating. You get email, you call, you send texts. Your cell phone should be the first form of communication that you offer potential clients. Now, MLS ID, this is very important. You want to put in your MLS ID because this allows you to pull your listings from the MLS into your LeadStreet platform. Now, another video that we created is going to show you the importance of the Listings tab, where it shows all of your listings from the MLS. But today we're just going to show basic setup on the profile. But just understand, that it's very important to have your MLS ID placed inside of LeadStreet. And if it's changed or if you need to update that information, please come in here to update this information. Now, anytime that you are creating updates, you want to make sure that you click on Submit Changes for each one of these sections, as each one of these sections is different. Now, specialties, if you speak any other languages fluently, feel free to add this information here. It can be helpful in attracting clients who may prefer to speak that language. Now, if you only know a couple words in that language, that does not mean fluent, and you don't want to advertise that you are fluent in a language and end up getting a call from a client and have that client realize that you do not speak that language as you advertise. It could lead to bad business, perhaps bad reports on Yelp. Bad publicity in this business is not good publicity. The signature area is important because anytime that you send an email directly from LeadStreet, your signature will be reflected at the bottom of that email. Now, you can change this information by clicking footer, header, and you may also create a custom. Now, creating a custom means that you're going to do it all yourself. They don't provide any information, they just provide the tools. So you can import a picture in your display image library, change font sizes, font style. This is very much like a Word document with just less tools. So if you know how to use Word, you'll know very well how to utilize this email signature tool. It's very simple to use. And you can even put in a little video if you wanted to right here where it says HTML source code. You could drop in a video, or if you could drop in a widget, anything that requires source code to appear, this is where this area can come in handy. This is probably more of an advanced tool, but if you wanted something very sophisticated within your signature, this area does allow quite a bit of sophisticated data. Now, once you've created your DIY signature or do it yourself, make sure you click on Update Custom Signature and make sure that you have chosen either custom footer or custom header, and then click Submit. That way that new signature will begin reflecting immediately. Photo. This is a very simple process. I want to make sure everybody does understand that. We've had some issues with agents in the past not understanding exactly how to do this. One of the main things to understand are the rules. JPEG photos only. Your photo file format must be JPEG. Your file size should be less than 50 kilobytes, so this is a very small file. Large file sizes result in your website taking too long to download, but they simply will not accept anything larger than 50 kilobytes. So if you're unsure on how to minimize a photo, if you are using a PC, you can go into your Start menu and you can use Microsoft Paint or Microsoft Photo Editor. Those are two standard photo editing tools within your PC if you're using a Mac. The preview platform will allow you to adjust the photo the same way it would in Microsoft Paint. You simply change the pixels. But if you need any assistance with any of that information, you can always contact eCare. eCare is very good about helping with these minor issues or walking you through. But again, it is a very simple task, and you just want to make sure that this photo is at the recommended dimensions, if possible, of 161 pixel width by 204 pixels in height. As we can see, looking at my photo, it is in those recommended dimensions, and this is what it appears. To change any of that information, click on Choose File, find the photo that you're looking for, and click on Replace Photo. That's if you already have a photo. If there's no photo in there, the Replace Photo will not exist. Anytime Reliance Network, the company that powers LeadStreet, has any notices regarding any changes to LeadStreet, it will post a notice every time that you log in. And until you archive that notice, it will continue to show every time you log in. So whenever you read that message and you feel comfortable, you understand what that notice is saying, then simply close and archive that notice. And if you ever want to read it again, you can come to your notices area, which will show all the archived messages. If you ever need any help, again, you can always contact us here at the Training Center, but you can always contact eCare. eCare is RE/MAX LLC's tech support, everything Main Street, LeadStreet, and Design Center related. You can actually contact eCare for anything RE/MAX related if you feel it's necessary. They are the best way to go about assisting you, or you can go into RE/MAX University on the homepage of LeadStreet and find e-learning modules that will help you understand how to utilize LeadStreet. View website. Every single agent in RE/MAX has their own agent website through LeadStreet. Now this can be very important. You want to make sure that you're utilizing this website. This is a lead generating website. If you already have a website, that's great. This is a second one. And that way you can have double exposure. You can use this website for hosting your videos. for generating leads, as that is the purpose of this website. But just know that you do have a free website at your disposal through LeadStreet, and in order to maintain that website, you're going to go into Site Builder. We're not going to go into Site Builder today. That's for another video where we're going to spend a lot of time understanding and learning how we can build out this website and make it more productive for our business needs. Now, if we go back to the home page real quick, I do want to show you RU, RE/MAX University. So if you ever have any trouble, the download, powered by RE/MAX University, this is a great way to learn a little bit more about LeadStreet and other technology that RE/MAX promotes and endorses. So this is a great way to get a little bit more information on technology that's used by agents across the country and across the world that RE/MAX has picked up on, and want to provide a little bit more information about how you can utilize this technology and where to find it. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your tech team or also reach out to eCare, and we will all be more than happy to help you with any needs that you may have. Thank you.